Electricity was still in its infancy, and the miners were cautious using it.
When you throw the switch, there's an air gap in between, and it's quite a large air gap. You ionize the air in between, and we get an electrical spark that jumps.
The electric sparks contained a wavelength of ultraviolet light that reacts with the minerals.
You can imagine like it was back in those days, but it had these beautiful hidden colors that were revealed under sparks. I never get tired of this. This is what ignited my love for science.
The miners discovered the glow created by the fluorescent rocks could make their work underground a lot easier.
It wasn't long before they used these magical colors that were hidden in the rocks to not only locate but identify various minerals using this light.
When the rocks turned green, it meant the miners were getting close to the zinc ore vein.
The green happens to be the ore of zinc called willemite. It's the color of money, so we'll go after it.
But the sparks didn't last for long. So the miners took Edison's lead and came up with an ingenious solution of their own. The fluorescent mineral deposits had clear aesthetic value, but the ability of the glow to lead miners to ore deposits helped accelerate the innovation. Instead of short electrical bursts for illumination, the miners needed a constant energy source, which would allow them to go further into the cave for longer periods.
They improved upon the spark by raising the voltage, and they could carry these around.
The device they created, the iron arc, runs between two iron electrodes that produce a continuous current. It has a transformer and is controlled by a switch.
That's where we create the iron spark that will emit the ultraviolet light. Check this out.
However, utilizing this new technology came with its own challenges.
You're walking in a mine that's dark, tripping hazards, your feet are wet, your hands are wet, and you're carrying a machine that's got 75,000 volts. But to see these colors, to pinpoint where the ore was definitely worth the risk.
Since their discovery, the extraordinary fluorescent rocks have amazed the miners working in the tunnels, like former Sterling Hill miner Doug Francisco.
Boy, this brings back memories. I'm home. You could take home specimens. One guy was bringing a large chunk of ore on the cage to take home with him, and he dropped it and broke the foot of a guy down below him. From that moment on, the mine said you can take home specimens, but they have to be able to fit in your lunchbox.
Drilling and blasting these rocks took great technical skill. The miners were required to follow specific procedures, although the newcomers sometimes learned the hard way.
A couple weeks after I started, they put me working with this old timer. We had spent 6 hours drilling this pattern out. At the end of the shift, we're going to fire it. So we go around the corner, and he bends down, and I started to lean down. I said, "You're not going to," and boom, he set it off. And literally, I was 15 feet away around the corner, and it knocked me on my butt, blew my helmet off, and he's just laughing and laughing. Another lesson for the new guy.
The miners at Sterling Hill drilled and blasted tunnels deep into the mountain to find the glowing minerals that indicated precious ores were present.
You can almost trace some of these hole patterns, but that's where it ended. We would call that a boot hole because it didn't break clean. Here's a trace of a drill hole for blasting that was drilled in there. So that means this drift, this tunnel, was driven in this direction. Boot hole, boot hole, boot hole.
Once the ore had been blasted off, the heavy rock needed to be transported through a maze of tunnels back up to the surface. The fastest and most efficient mode of transport was the train car.
Good with these things.
The Sterling Hill mine operated continuously until 1986, when the owners were forced to close its doors for good, due to rising production costs and falling prices of zinc. 4 years later, in 1989, new owners purchased the land, determined to bring the mine back to life for the next generation. Today, it has been transformed into a place of exploration and research, open to the public. Dr. Earl Verbeek is a resident geologist at Sterling Hill. His passion is studying these unique rocks formed over 1.3 billion years ago by a chain of volcanoes.
In many places you will find maybe 1 to 5 fluorescent minerals. In a very rich place, a very complicated geology place, you might find as many as 20. 100 is just outlandish.
Thanks to the discovery and further development of fluorescence done here, it's now part of our everyday life.
Pretty much any of the light that we use indoors and at night is produced by fluorescence these days. We have a fluorescent stripe in every bill, and the color of that stripe differs from a $5 to a $10 to a $20 bill. Credit cards, driver's licenses, most of them have hidden fluorescent emblems in them to make them difficult to counterfeit.
Sterling Hill Mine remains invaluable to scientific research and provides the opportunity to deepen our understanding of the interactions between the earth and light. And it provides a lasting memory to all who have seen it.
No way could I pick a favorite out of this batch.
Well, I think it's going, don't you? It's going.
Dangerous roads. Sunday at 8 on Dave, and stream all episodes for free.
It's definitely going.
It will sell, most definitely, subject to money. Wow, what a note.
Oh, it's definitely going now. Definitely going.
Within the Arctic Circle is the site of Norway's best kept military secret.
Definitely going.
A massive underground complex carved into a mountain, hidden below 300 meters of rock.
It's definitely going, isn't it?
Equipped with more than 3,000 meters of deep water docking space, ammunition depots, and barracks. This submarine base served as a vital stopping point for Norwegian and NATO forces during the Cold War.
This was a store for torpedoes. It's concrete built into the rock itself.
How does this covert military facility...
Wow, it's definitely going now. We should shut the door now.
And today, how is it being restored to serve a new purpose in the event of another global crisis?
There are some parts that are still classified.
It's definitely going. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Now, I think... Oh, shit, sorry. Definitely a success story. Could shut the door now. Now, what happened last night when I did the video was, it was like that, and then I ended the video because it was about 30 minutes. Then about 5 minutes later, the thing was red. So I thought, oh, I'd like to have shown that. Because at the moment it's kind of Oh, yellow.
Work on the top secret
So we'll go and do a Chunell update. We're 10 minutes into the video. And it's about time I started
was a commanding officer at Olovston.
selling my art maybe. Yeah, the Escort RS2000. There's one there. And there's another one. You'd think I'm an Escort RS2000 fanatic. Well, not really. Right, let's have a look. Now what we got here, we got the dashboard. Let's have a look at the dashboard. This is live. So I don't know what's been going on. I need to change the thumbnail in that video. Because I took pictures of that roundabout thing. And the information I got from Bunny Crusher. It's an old, there's an old roundabout in Bones. It's an old quarry. Remember Garges there, so I can use one of the pictures I took of the roundabout as this. I've just not really got around to doing everything. Yeah. Right, okay. Yeah, I know it has got. You all made sense to me. You're just an older, less sour version of me, it seems. Haha, I don't not post many of my dashcam vids. Everyone is offended at stupidest things. These days, no one takes a joke. That's true. The truth, it seems. Anyway, if you need a wee weld in your T4 exhaust, have a Chinesium welder. Chinesium welder, that has done me proud. Aye, so yeah, he's right. It's like people. I think what it is with the internet is people make rash assertions about a clip. And so they'll call me a total prick. I get called prick quite a lot. Dashcam videos, you're not going to be liked if you do dashcam videos. I think, which is what I do, but I shouldn't really do it because people don't like you. You know, they make a judgment about you based on what is it, 30-second clip or something, and you're a total arsehole because of that, right? 4034, so we've gained one. It was 4033 last night. Well, right, rising. There might not be any comments. Who knows? It might be nothing. Maybe everybody just didn't bother. Let's have a look. Is that if I don't get any comments, it's like Stockholm syndrome? And I go, oh, there's nobody bothering me. And also I get a lot of hateful comments because I don't like, because I slag off cyclists. So, I mean the people that identify cyclists, not people who just use their bikes. Right, are they idiots out getting some exercise on a country road? Right, cyclists in the way again, Air Station, Falkirk. Right, well, because they're in the freaking way, right? One of them was in the middle of the road for no reason other than he was palling around with his pal who was on the inside of the road. So we've got two slow-moving bikes doing what, 20 miles per hour on an A road. That's why they're idiots. Does that answer your question? And getting exercise, well, fine, do it, but I would be getting out of the way if I was you. Justin, me dude. Agree with you, Lane's signage terrible. I had a close one yesterday. Right. That's about Craig's roundabout. That's not really abusive. Yeah, so just some dude. Oh, you're a cyclist, aren't you? Right. Oh, we don't want any cyclists on here. No. We don't want cyclists coming along here spoiling the ambience. Spoiling the good-natured banter with our... We'll just approve it. of a road doing 21 miles per hour. An A road. I mean, if you think that's acceptable, fine. Well, I think they're idiots, so I understand it. It'd be great to get out on the bike and go and see stuff, but you know, there's a creeping destruction of our society, and that's part of it. And they could actually say that. Let's not start going on about that. I don't mind people cycling, right? I've got a bike. Oh, I keep saying that as well. I walk and I cycle and do stuff like that. But you're an idiot if you get in the fucking way. Get out of the way. There's no reason. So I had to overtake them. They should have pulled down. But they don't, because they're selfish and entitled. They're entitled. The A road is an A road. It's for getting people from one place to another in their motor cars or trucks or vans. It's not a cycle path or a cycle racetrack. It's an A road. It's you, an idiot, not me. Oh, I should have really blocked that, moron. So that's the answer. Why are they idiots? Because they were in the middle of an A road doing 21 miles per hour. I don't even know what they do. What do push bikes do? About 20 miles per hour? Probably. Right, there's not much going on there. Let's see if we get any snotograms on Facebook. Oh, that was my tea last night. And that's dead lady's pie, because somebody died and I went and cleared the flat out and there was 2 pies there. It was my friend of mine, actually. She would laugh at that. Where's the roll for the pie? So that's dead lady's pie. And she would laugh. Yeah, she's not... Her relatives might get upset, but there's none of them on Facebook. So, Sheila would think that was funny. What was I watching? Oh, hello. Watching hello. And enjoying a nice drink, this tea with cake, but with a lovely person. It's not drivel, you moron. It's not fucking drivel. Hello. Hello is kind of showing us where we went wrong. Is hello. It's hello. So I put that on, right? There was somebody cutting a tree down, so I gave them 20 quid after they brought these round. They said they didn't want any money, but I gave them 20 quid, and that was a feeling of generosity that I had. I'm not a really generous person, but I did that day. So it's really the question was, what do you do with that, you know? So this was a log burner chat. And there's different... People are telling me to split it right away. I have not covered mine. It gets wet, it dries out, and it is cracking. It's fine, but do not plant when you see it wet for a few days or weeks. One dry, one day, then it will be dry again, better than covered. Right, okay. So what he's saying, what a lot of them are saying is just to leave it out. It's got sap in it, because it was only cut down. I can't remember what day it was, Tuesday or something. So it's got sap in it, and they're saying just to leave it like that. And then, but I'm getting different opinions. You know, there's people saying, you know, soak it through to help to season it. There's other people saying chop it up immediately. You know, that's quite good. That guy says, do you realise that you're going to arrive home to find that you can't get in your drive because you have had a mountain delivery of logs, and loads of logs and wood. Well, they call it a drink, don't they? Loads of logs and wood chip. It's quite nice when they call it a drink. You know, a £20 note's a drink. See, this log burner page is brilliant. The only thing is it's been infiltrated by numpties from the government, trying to get us to get rid of our log burners, telling us that the particulates are bad, cause asthma and all sorts of shit, which is vacuous information, really. So I would like to see more people with log burners. They just want to take our freedoms away first, that's as simple as that. Right, let's go and see how the fire's going on. And we'll get going. That's a bit of a quick Chunell update, not really much going on. Can you see the difference in colour now? So it's finally took hold. So it's sort of red now. So I've got loads to do this week as usual. Got a funeral on Friday. The lady that I got that pie for, I've got to go to her funeral. Still got another pie. Life is like, it's made me, I mean I'm 57. It's made me think about life. My friend was 61, she died. And what actually happened to her, I can say this in the nicest possible way, which is truthful, what happened, and I don't, if it upsets anyone, that's always a risk, but she didn't look after her health, is basically what caused her death. So you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility for yourself. It's not only for yourself, it's for the universe. You're given life, and you have a responsibility, and it means that you can enjoy life. You can eat whatever you want, and you can drink whatever you want. But there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance, and what my friend did was there was no balance. She was a lovely person. She was really kind to me. We got on really well, and that was just what happened. So I knew her for 4 years. Basically what I said to her 2 years ago, because she moved from Tillicooty to Alloa, I says, look, this is a good opportunity for you to start some new habits, I mean, you can tell people, it's maybe not your place to tell people what to do, but you can advise them. So I advised her, I said, look, go out every day and walk around that garden. There's a big garden where she moved to. Walk around the pond every day at lunchtime, or before lunch or something like that. Do it every day. And she never did it. Never did anything. The only time she walked anywhere was to get fags. So what she did, she started listening to music on the telly. She had the telly with the music playing. She loved Queen, Freddie Mercury, all that sort of rock stuff. She was apparently a stunner when she was young, but she had mental health problems. I've got mental health problems as well, but what she did was she sat there smoking fags. So occasionally she'd go out. I took her out. We went out a couple of times, and it became increasingly difficult to take her anywhere because of her. She was getting worse. We went out, and so we went to Morrison's a couple of years ago, and she had to go, oh, I'm dead, I need juice. So she used to drink bottles of Coke, Diet Coke, big bottles of it. That's what she drank. And needed the toilet, and needed crisps. Basically, I don't think she'd actually grown up, really. I think it was the thing. I think that might be a way of assessing what had happened to her. She hadn't actually become responsible or mature. So she needed to go to the toilet all the time, and that was a nightmare, I just thought, well, I can't really cope taking her anywhere, so I didn't do that anymore. So I used to go and visit her, and she'd just sit there all day smoking fags. And so our pal took her out a couple of weeks ago. They went out. She sat in the seat and collapsed. She never told me about that, because her pal told me. And I says, I heard you collapsed. She flattened the seat which was actually quite hilarious when you think about it. at this hotel. She sat in the seat that had been there for about 30 years. Everybody else has sat in it, and she sat in it and it flattened it. The legs gave way, down, bang. But a week or so later, or 2 weeks, I went over to visit her. There's no answer. So I was over at Clackmannan, I went to Alice, there's no answer. So I phoned, her phone, she would normally answer the phone, she didn't answer the phone. Next day she phoned me, I was in the hospital, right. The phone doesn't work in the hospital. So then she disappeared again, and I left it a few days. Tried phoning the answer, and I thought, oh, she's in hospital again. Something wrong. So I just thought it was some routine thing. So a few days later, I thought, wait a minute, I've been there for over a week. So it's like 10 days passed. And this is where I made the mistake. I should have found out sooner than 10 days. I should have phoned up. I'm not really connected to her otherwise, other than just me knowing her. It's not like I've got friends on Facebook that she wasn't on Facebook, or I didn't know him. Well, I do know people came to the market, but they didn't turn up that Sunday. I was going to ask them, people that know her. Anyway, I phoned up and she said, oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, so that she died, so the next day her mother phoned and said, oh, I've got a load of stuff, can you come take it to the car boot? So I went over there Friday evening and got what was there. And it was fucking miles for the car. It was in a flat away up the far end. Well, I know obviously I used to go there. So I was carrying it along this corridor, down the stairs. I didn't use lifts. There was a lift there, all the way out of the car. Filled the back of the car up. Nothing spectacular, but I mean, because the vultures already been in there. Or pals. That's a bit cruel. She had this cleaner lady that was a pal, and she used to charge her £90. Am I oversharing here? Aye. I don't think she'd listen to this video. And I haven't named anyone. So, did that. So at the funeral on Friday. Well, the point is, I'm been rambling on here. The cause of death was when she fell on the chair. She broke her hip. Or was it a pelvis? Now, she never said that, and her mother never said that, but I seen her other friend, this friend that's alright, this late lassie was good to her. I seen her on Sunday, yesterday. She told me that, and that made sense. But her mother never told me that information. There's a lot of things in families, people, human beings. They're not always upfront about things, and what actually happened was, when she fell, she broke her pelvis, and that was all the complications. So it was, the cause of death was a few different things. One, COPD, obesity, and some other stuff that I can't remember. And the reality is, you have to look after yourself. That's the whole moral of this story. You have to look after your weight, you have to exercise, you have to eat reasonably. If you smoke, I think you can smoke. But I don't think you should. But if you do, I think you can balance that. I do know people that smoke. I think if you can balance that in a way that's reasonable, and I think you can do it. It might kill you eventually, but you'll be able to enjoy your fags and right into a long, ripe old age. I don't smoke, but I think you should be able to smoke if you want to. It's probably not a good idea, but sitting smoking non-stop is not good for you. It's not good for anybody else either that happens to visit you. So it's just about responsibility. So I can't really quite work it out if I knew she didn't give a fuck really about her health. Is that really true, or did she see it coming, or I don't know what happened in her last days because I wasn't involved. I mean, somehow I wasn't notified, and it's not really my business, So It's family business, isn't it? And I don't know if she really felt any remorse about her lifestyle. I don't know. I never got there. I only spoke to her on the phone when she got back out of hospital the first time. Or because I did speak to her about death 2 or 3 times. We spoke about it, and she didn't seem to be bothered about it. I don't think she's just, maybe, is it a personality, her type of personality? She had a granddaughter, a grandson, a son. You know, she wasn't a complete failure in life, so, well, I don't know. I don't know if she'd regretted or tried to, or should have had a better system in place, you know? I mean, she wasn't thick, you know? She wasn't, like, dumb. You know, I just couldn't really, I'm trying to get my head around it, you know, what, but I think it's just the way people are, and I think we're all sort of like time bombs that are eventually going to self-destruct. I said that to somebody the other day, and he says, I'm not going to self-destruct. I never said nothing. Of course you are. Everybody is. I can't remember who said that to me. And I just thought, this person is really vacuous. You haven't really thought this through, have you?